Hello, my beautiful friends. I wanted to bring you this quick video to share my thoughts, feelings, and some messages for the upcoming new moon, which is the 6th of June 2024. Some of my intuitive nudges about this energy have been so mixed. I have tried filming this video about 3 times, and in that process, keep not only receiving new messages, but one of the things that kept happening was I kept getting distracted. I kept getting interrupted. Things kept cropping up. And every time I was in the middle of a flow of channeling a message, something would happen. And, you know, there has been so many repeating themes like this at the moment. And the reminder came through that we don't get to control the chaos. We don't get to choose whether the chaos enters our life. But what we have to learn is how we allow the chaos to control us, how we allow whatever is going on in our lives to discern or to impact how we are behaving, how we're thinking, how we're acting. And what I'm coming down to in all this Gemini energy, regardless of when you find this reading, trust that there will be a message for you. What I'm getting with all this Gemini energy is this sense of clearing away negative self-perception, negative self-image, things that we might have worked on before. And it's like some kind of shell, like an exoskeleton is being removed. And I can't quite explain it other than the visual I keep getting, that it's like being encapsulated in something. And I really feel this has been a big part of what has been going on with, you know, a lot of people that have been awakening, people that have been on their journeys for a very, very long time. It's almost like something came in. There could have been a situation recently, something really long term. You might have felt the stress and the strain of the changes of life over the last few years, just kind of slowly encapsulating you. And I really feel like this is one of those moments where we're given those opportunities to have the breakthroughs that we need, that we can have the opportunity to clear some of this energy, to remember the tools, the skills, and the gifts that we had to allow us to break through. These were already within us. These were already skills and tools that we had. We had that ability. It might be things that we'd already become aware of, already learned. But there was this veil or this shroud that came over, these illusions, deceptions, you know, those little white lies that are so close to the line of truth, they're barely detectable. And these are things that we can say to ourselves. And then all of a sudden, you catch yourself. You catch yourself in that thought. You catch yourself in that moment. You catch yourself talking to yourself in a particular way, or you catch yourself in a pattern of somebody else's behavior, or you catch yourself in a situation where somebody's trying to pull you back, or a situation is trying to pull you back, or you might even not notice. There's just this sensation of suddenly feeling like a very different version of yourself. And it could have been a very long process. It didn't have to be quick. It might not have been a singular thing. But this is the opportunity that we have right now. There is so much fresh energy coming in for clear thinking, for awareness, for very cutting awareness. I'm getting so much swords energy, just coming straight through, clearing a path, showing us the way. If it was a rune, 2 runes, I would pick Tivaz and Sovilo. It's that sudden illumination that strikes. It's the truth, the clarity, the level-headedness that pierces through the deceptions and the illusions that allow us to see with clarity. And what this is going to allow us to do is, like I said, to have those breakthroughs, but also to be able to be balanced, to make the decisions that we need and move forwards in the ways that we need to. Because it feels like we might have felt held back, or we might have felt that there have been things in the way, things that have been delaying us. And now is our opportunity to shift those. There is things that are going to lift, things that are going to clear, and we can set our intention now that we are going to ask for assistance from our gods, guides, guardians, ancestors, whoever it is for you. Call on them for support. Call on them to come in and assist you with clearing this energy. I had some very, very interesting experiences over the last couple of weeks that, like everybody, you know, we're dealing with witnessing some truly atrocious things, and there is no way to put it lightly, because it's inexcusable. And whilst I'm not going to go into that in this moment, the collective pain, the collective experience of that is another thing that is weighing heavily on so many of us, and it's from that sense of compassion. And I think this is a reminder to find that inner truth and to find the ways in which we can bring our light, our passion, our beauty, our inspiration back to the present moment, to the people around us, to our wider communities. And I know I'm sort of repeating these messages, but it feels like at this point in our collective history, in our collective experience, we all need to be able to bring what it is that we have that makes us unique, that makes us shine. This is what the earth needs. It's what humanity needs. It is what our communities need, because no one else can bring it but you. And being able to work through some of this stuff, yes, it's hard. I feel like there is so much unprocessed grief coming to the surface, things that we might have not had time, the space, or the capacity to process. And when we have these huge collective experiences, all of that grief rises, those experiences rise. That's kind of how trauma works. So there is this huge collective uprising of grief. And these emotions, it's not to spiritually bypass, but they're coming through because they need to be felt and honored and acknowledged and processed. And it is through honoring those processes that we help with the transition of that energy, with the clearing of that energy. And each of us has a part that we can play and something that we can bring to that table. So to recap, yes, things might be challenging. Yes, there might be a lot of distractions in the world around you, in your immediate world, by people who want to partake in your experience, maybe taking from you in terms of your energy, in terms of, like your actual life force. Some people are only comfortable when they can bring you to their energetic level. And it's not a hierarchy, it's not better or worse, but they can only connect when they feel you there. And if you're deeply sensitive, if you're deeply empathic, you can go there. But when you go there, they connect, but you connect. And that two-way experience can actually be really challenging when you then step away. So this is a very big reminder to stay grounded and to do the practices that you need to clear yourself, to ground yourself. I had a very interesting messaging of connecting with all of the different elements and how you can use those for different types of alchemical clearing and spiritual healing. So there are different processes that you can go through working with particular elements that feel right for you. But I would definitely say getting into the outdoors. If you have sunshine, getting out in the sunshine safely, of course, but getting out in the sunshine, being in the presence of that light energy, because I know in the UK we have had a bit of a limit of that with the weather we've had over the last sort of 9 months or so. Really be in that energy, be around water, connect with the earth, do what it is that you need to do, and take that time just to reconnect with your own presence, just to reconnect with your own breath and really ground in. Because when we do that, when we reconnect, and all of these distractions, the chaos, when we clear that out and we really ground in, we can tune into ourselves. And at that point, we can connect with what it is that we need to process from within this collective experience. Perhaps there are new realizations that we have of things that we can do, ways that we can help, or ways in which we want to work energetically to express, to help others, or even within our own lives to bring in more of our frequency to help the people around us. It's so many different possible ways. Take that time. And some of these really big things in our lives that are ready to be cleared now. That thing that's felt like the shell, the encapsulation, something that's kept you, literally feels like you've been enclosed. I keep seeing like a, like a mosquito, an amber. You're still there, you're still intact underneath all of this added weight, all of these external perceptions, all of the things that we've been collecting and carrying. Because let's face it, the last few years have been massively challenging, and things have got really heavy at times, and they're not looking less heavy at times at the moment. And sometimes we just need that breath, that pause, in order to reconnect and really feel into that truth of who we are at our core. Okay, so get some runes. We've got Nautis. Now, Nautis to me is a very necessary energy. It is need fire, it is irritation, frustration, hunger, want, desire. And whilst those can be, desire can be a wonderful thing, it shows us literally maybe the absence of lack of something in our lives, something that we want. And in the understanding of that lack, of that desire, of whatever frustration it is, we have the power to create change. Maybe there are things that we need to let go of. Maybe there are things that we need to release so that we can invite something new in. Maybe we need to make literal space, or maybe we need to pursue a new course of action to create that change for ourselves. Now, this new moon gives us an opportunity to really anchor in some of that energy. So take a note of those sensations of desire, or the wishes, dreams, and hopes, and things that are coming to the surface at this time. Sometimes those come through in less than obvious or pleasant ways. Like I said, they can be more challenging emotions. Sometimes it is more obvious in the human experience to understand suffering, to understand pain, so that there is this need to go beyond the surface of the pain, to go beyond the surface of the suffering, and look what the unmet need, want, or desire is. Because there is probably some sort of wish or something, some kind of intention that is yet unexpressed or unfulfilled that we can work towards. And that inner fire is something that guides us. Let's get another one. Nearly dropped them all then. We have Kenaz in this position pointing downwards, and we had this again recently, and I did explain. I read this position in a full, I read this rune in every position in each way it could come out. For me, this one is representative of energy and intention coming down. It's inspiration coming down, but also, like I mentioned earlier in this video, it can speak of anything that tries to dampen that inner fire. Maybe anything that's trying to make you lose faith in yourself, lose faith in your connection, lose faith in your inner fire. And what is that? What is that in your life? Is there something in your life that is making you feel less than? Some things, some situations are only comfortable with us playing small. And when we start to play bigger, when we start to say, actually, I can do this, I can do more, I can achieve more, that dream is in sight, I can do this. As soon as you start affirming that, it can make other things around you less stable, or feel less stable for other people. And their need then can sometimes be to seek security by controlling the outside rather than controlling their inner world. This is a reminder just to be aware of anything that feels like it's putting a dampener, a blockage, a roof upon your hope, your vision, or your light, your intention, your scope, where it is that you can go. And don't let anything hold you back. Let's just get one more. I love this. Perfect rune to end this reading. We have Gibru. And Gibru is a wonderful reminder. I know instantly we'll go to like blessings, love, positive manifestation. Yes. But this is working with the cosmos, working with the weird, working with the collective energy, working with our own intention, and remembering what we are is what we attract. Our energetic level is what we will experience back to us. Our long-held beliefs is what we will experience back. If we believe that we will fail just because we've tried, then that is often our experience. And I know that's probably a really harsh example, but there is this sense for me with this rune in the context of this reading that there is so much self-belief, there is so much in you, so much power in you, your personal power, and you might be getting to the point at which you're expressing that, and you are going to see then what matches that frequency, what matches that energy that you are expressing. You will see within your own life the beauty that comes in as you really begin to hold on to those beliefs, as you believe in yourself, as you believe in your future vision, as you start saying no to the things that you don't want to experience, or closing those doors so that you can open others, of saying, no, I'm not going to let you define me. I'm going to define me. I'm going to express myself. I'm choosing to sit here and experience at this level because I believe this of myself. And I know we wouldn't necessarily think in those terms, but it's a sense of being. This, to me, this rune right now is a reminder that as we give out, we will receive back. And to try and keep focused on being the version of ourselves that we would love to experience. And, you know, in that sense, if you want to experience more peace or more abundance, go and put yourself in a situation that you know will bring you peace, or around people that would help you feel peaceful. And again, I know that's not always possible, but believe me, I have to do this practice with myself and try and find those small glimmers of peace. I did it today. I literally had half an hour. I managed to take myself to some woodland for a walk and just went barefoot and just grounded for a moment. And that's why I'm all fired up to deliver this message, because I was able to reconnect with that truest sense of who I am. And I can express and share that outwardly as well. So go and do what you need to do and be the version of yourself that you want to experience, that you want others to experience. And if you realize that there are parts or expressions of self doing certain things make you become a version of yourself that you don't wish to experience, it's okay not to partake in those things and to put in those boundaries of self-love, of self-protection, in order so that you can be the version that you want, and perhaps the version that is needed, not just by you, but everybody else around you as well. So I'm going to leave those there. I hope this reading resonated with some of you. I hope it had some useful messages for you. As ever, all of my information is in the drop box below. I have got lots of new art and things that I'm sharing over on my Instagram. I've got a whole host of bindery and artwork available over on my Etsy stores and website, depending on what country you're in. Etsy is the most universal in order for sales. And I do offer personal readings as well. So if I can assist you, feel free to get in touch. But just sending you all my love, wishing you a really happy new moon. And I will speak to you again really, really soon. Take care. Bye-bye.